Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? We are a bit early today, and that's because I have a guest, and we are trying to get this quickly done and out of the way so that she can get on with other things. So, for those of you who are not able to make it because of the time, we usually start like 2 hours or an hour and a half later on in the day. Please bear with us. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. Welcome. Please give us a thumbs up. We are just going to jump into it. I have a lady, beautiful, gorgeous sister in the studio. Her name is Grace. Obodo fam, we haven't done this in a while, but I want to believe that we still remember our code of conduct. We are here to support a sister. Actually, it's something that happened a while ago, and she's only sharing the story for people to learn. Okay. So this is not something that is ongoing, it's something that's done. So Grace is here and she wants to share with us her own experience of marrying her husband from Ghana to the US and everything that happened. I've not heard the whole story. So I said to her, I said, you know what? I'm just going to hear it along with other Obodo fam. I think it's more interesting this way. Um, just because of time, I'm not able to do like I usually do that. Listen first before the show takes place. So, guys, please show her love. We're not here to judge. Don't be judgmental. Don't ask any silly question. This is not your story. It's not your life. If you know any better, you can let us know. Blocking is activated. D, thank you. We are not here to judge anybody. We are not a court of law. We are not jury nor judges. We are just here. This is just a woman that wants to share her story for others to learn. Okay? So please take it easy in the comment section. I don't like somebody coming for my guests. I don't like it at all. I stand here to protect people who are vulnerable enough to share because it's not easy. So thank you very much, everybody. No judgment zone. Yes, baby. That's all we are here for. It's about learning, unlearning, and growing. So thank you so much. Now let me bring in my guest. Thank you so much, Grace, for sharing with us and for being here today. I do appreciate you. God bless you.
Thank you, Auntie B. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, my darling, I'm hearing you loud and clear. You are such a funny lady. You know, we had a few laughs back in on the chat when we were talking, and I said the show up, and I said it's a holy mongo pack. You laughed. I laughed. We are talking about a holy mango pack today. He's holy because he's a brother, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he is. He is.
He's a
Uh,
tongue
uh,
speaking, demons chasing, prayer warrior.
you know it.
So Grace told me that these are her ex. He used to wake up to pray at 2 a.m. I say he's a holy mongo pack.
Auntie
Oh
B.
my days.
Oh,
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We do appreciate you. I celebrate you. Thank you for trying to help
thank you.
others. Thank you. Okay, you have the floor. Start from the very beginning. How did you meet and what led to how, the marriage ended and everything?
Okay. So, Auntie B, thank you for allowing me to come to your show to share my story. Like you said, this whole thing happened a while ago.
Hmm.
So, but I try my best to listen to all your shows and stuff, and every time some things resonate with me, and I keep telling myself, some people can learn from my story.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so thank you again for inviting me to your show, and thank you for giving me your ears. And I want to say hi to Obodo Farm and everyone who is listening. So I met my ex-husband in 1997.
Hmm.
I am a Liberian, and I lived in Ghana for almost 10 years.
Right.
I met my ex-husband uh, when I was going to a midwifery school. So I needed sponsorship, and I went to one of the Christian organizations. I'm not going to call the name of the place
Yeah,
because you
that's
know
fine. That's fine.
so I went to one of these Christian organizations to sponsor me.
Right.
So when I got there, the director of that Christian organization, he actually said to me, "You must be lucky because you went to to nursing school here in Ghana, and now you want to do midwifery, we can sponsor you.
Right.
But my nursing program was sponsored by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees because, like I
Right.
said, I am a Liberian.
Mm-hmm.
So I I was kind of upset, I was crying because I was young and I was ready to learn. I wanted to learn.
Mm.
So when I was coming out of his office, I met another man who works in the same office, and he said to me, he said, "Go back in there and plead your case. You will get sponsorship because we will sponsor you."
Mm.
So then I took the courage and I went back to him and I was telling him why I should be sponsored and this and that and that. Anyway, long story short, I got the sponsorship. So someone from the office needed to go to the school to pay my tuition.
Right.
So then it was this young man, this
Mm-hmm.
handsome young man, this
Mm-hmm.
God-fearing young man. So he goes to, that's how we met. So
So
he
he
goes
worked in
to,
the organization.
he worked for the organization. And if it's a Christian organization, oh, so my thinking, maybe because I was naive at the time,
Mm.
my thinking was, oh, in order for this person to work here, he must be,
Must
God
be a
fearing and
Christian.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
he must be a Christian because most Christian organizations, they won't pay you that much. You know what I mean?
Like charity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, he pays my tuition and stuff like that. And every now and then he would come and check on me to see how I was doing at school. And I thought, oh, you know, it seems like a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was a concert, a Christian musical concert
Mm-hmm.
happening one evening. He invited me out. What I wanted to go, I was like excited. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, why not? So we went to that concert. From one thing to another, before I realized this young man is also visiting me at school.
Mm-hmm.
Very quiet,
Mm-hmm.
very intelligent,
Mm-hmm.
and well spoken. And and I mean the vibe was vibing.
He was vibing.
He was vibing.
He was vibing. Sis, you were feeling him. You
I
were
was
feeling, you were
feeling
falling in
him.
love.
Oh man, so then it was becoming so frequent. So one day I just asked him, so what's your intention? Why are you coming here? Why? What do you need? What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And before I realized, this man didn't say, oh, I wanted us to go out. I wanted you to be my girlfriend. Before I realized, what came out of his mouth was, I want to marry you.
Right. So I'm going to pause you there. Thank you so
Hmm.
much, Grace. I like the way you speak. You are a very confident speaker. I don't know if anybody has told you. You almost sound like someone who's taught like a teacher or a lecturer before, who's
Oh,
giving seminars. Honestly, you are very, very comprehensive in the way you present your case, even when I spoke to you privately shortly prior to now. Thank you. So we draw out the lesson along the way.
yes.
First of all, the assumption was that because somebody is working for a Christian organization, they're going to be God fearing. This was your assumption. You know,
Yes.
we usually say on this platform that the first thing when you ask a Christian woman, a black Christian woman, anywhere, I don't care where you come from, in Africa, everywhere in the world, the first thing they will tell you, if you ask them, what do you want in a man? They say, I want a God fearing man.
Yes.
And we usually discuss this here on this platform that what does that mean? Because
Mm.
anybody can say, "Oh, I'm God fearing." What is God fearing? What does it mean to that person? What is your understanding of somebody being God fearing? So you need to break it down to know what God fearing means. So it was an assumption that because somebody works in a Christian organization, they are God fearing or they are even a Christian. It doesn't necessarily follow. Okay, that's
Yes.
one thing for people to know. The second one from the story so far is the fact that you were just friends. You were feeling him, he was probably feeling you, and the next thing from nowhere, boo, I want to marry you. Red
Yes.
flag. Red flag. Red
Now,
flag.
now I know it's a red flag, but before
Yes.
then, nope. I thought, oh, I must be it.
You are lucky. Yeah. No,
I'm
it's a red
lucky.
flag. The reason why a lot of Mongopak will want to marry you quickly is because they know if you date them for a while, you're going to find out all their faults and all the things that will make you not want them. So they marry you very quickly. Most women feel very flattered when they meet someone and the man say, "Oh, I don't want courtship. I just want to marry you." Guys, please don't fall for it. It's a red flag. The normal process is be friends, have a dating period so that you can study one another, get to know one another's weaknesses and strengths and character, values, and the things that are important to both of you before you know whether you are compatible or not. Marrying from the get-go is the United Nations of red flag. Okay,
It
carry
is.
on. Carry on, darling. Thank you.
Okay. So so then I'm like, okay, if this man want to marry me. All right, but before I continue, I should also tell you that the second man at this Christian organization that I met and told me they would sponsor me, up to today, his family and we are very close because through that man, I got a job at one of the hospitals because his wife used to work at that hospital also in healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
So these people became like my godparents
Right.
because I'm living in Ghana. I'm by myself. My parents are not there.
Right.
So they were like a family to me. And this my godfather worked with this young man. So I'm thinking if anything, if we start a relationship and if he's not a good person, probably I would get, a little talk from my godfather or his wife.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't know him either. They didn't know his character because
Right.
working with someone is different from actually living and knowing someone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this thing started. We started a relationship. He started coming to my school, and I started go from my school. From my school, I would go to his house on Sunday for us to go to church. And God forbid if I'm like a few minutes late, he will
Right.
be so upset because he wants to be to church. He wants to go to church on time. He, I mean, it was everything I was looking for, excluding the money. He didn't have money, to give. Like you have a relationship, you're expecting, you know, something here and there. No, and I was not looking for it because
Right.
yeah, I was not looking for him to give me money. I was not looking for him to give me gifts and stuff because I was okay, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Because going to the midwifery school, that means I was already a nurse, I was already an RN, and I was already working. I already had a job, but
Mm-hmm.
then I had to take a student leave, right, to continue with the midwifery program.
Right.
So I went through the school. I completed the school. The next thing I know, we start planning a wedding.
Right. You said that whenever you need to, on Sundays, when you go to church, you have to come to his place
Yeah.
and then you go to church, that whenever you are late, it was always a problem. Did he have a car? Is that why you were going to his house before going to church?
No, I didn't have a car. I mean,
Him. I mean
no,
him.
he
Was he
did not.
driving?
No, he did not. So we're taking public transport.
Oh, so but you needed to go to his house before you use public transport to go to the same church.
Yes, because remember, I have to come from school. I'm living on campus.
Right.
So I have to come to his uh where he was living, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is on the other side. And then
Mm-hmm.
we take public transport and then we go to church together.
Mm-hmm. And when you are late, you say he's upset.
Oh, he's upset. He's hoping that I can come earlier and he doesn't want to be late. But I'm taking public transport, dude. Slow down,
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And
right?
that anger, how was it expressed?
No,
What?
he would just be, he would kind of be upset, and maybe he would not talk to me when I get there right away. I'm like, oh, what's wrong? And then he would, oh, we're supposed to be at church at 9:30. And so that
Right.
means you have to come early because we have to take the transport and well, without asking me,
Why are you late? Yeah.
why
What
are you
happened?
late? Did you have a
Yeah.
problem coming? Did you wake up
Mm-hmm.
late?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Sunday morning, did you have, issues finding a public transport to come over? No.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have money to use for transportation?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't ask all those things, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, well, I mean, I still didn't take it as
A red flag or
red
anything.
flags.
Yeah. So you're planning a wedding, you said.
Yeah, we planning a wedding. Now, Auntie B, at this point, I'm like 28, right?
Right.
I'm like
Mm-hmm.
28 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All my friends around me, they have someone serious. I mean, maybe people thought I wouldn't rather get married or something because my focus was all on school. I didn't have time to deal with having boyfriends here, having boyfriends there. It was not my intention. I just wanted to go to school. I had a plan, you
You
know.
were developing yourself.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was
Having a
developing
career.
myself. And then
Mm-hmm.
apart from that, right, I knew whatever the case will be, I was coming to the US.
Right. So you had a plan to come to the US from the
Yes.
get-go.
Okay. Not even me having a plan to come to the US, but my family had plans for me coming to the US.
Right.
Because as I told you before, I was already a registered nurse.
Right.
So from my first year of the nursing program, my one of my cousins here in the States had already filed for me to come to the States.
Right.
But I told him no. I told my aunts, I told my sister, I told them, no, I can't come. I actually want to finish my program before traveling.
Right.
So when they heard I was going back to do midwifery, they were not happy. They wanted me to come here, come to the States like ASAP, you
Right.
know. So the next thing they knew and I knew, I'm planning a wedding.
Yes. You're planning a wedding with a church brother now that you met.
Oh, so along the line, he realized that whatever the case is, I will be leaving Ghana.
Right.
Oh, Auntie B,
Hmm.
there where it started becoming really, really, really serious.
The love
Like,
increased. The American love, the American
oh,
prospect increased the love.
the love, the
And you're
love
already
was,
a nurse. Now you
oh,
finish midwifery. You're going to
oh,
the United States. Ah,
oh,
the love has increased.
Auntie B, and it was kind of exhausting
Hmm.
because, like, if I go to see my friends, right? If I go to visit my friends, my girlfriends, when I'm
Hmm.
coming back, he's like waiting for me by the roadside. I'm like,
Right.
dude, I'm a grown, I'm a grown
Wait,
woman. Stop it.
waiting for you for what?
Like,
Why would he be
like,
waiting?
like waiting because, all right. So after the program, I'm working in another part of the country, right?
Hmm.
Only 2 hours from the capital, from
Right.
from Accra.
Right.
So, but we're going to get married. We're planning our wedding. So most times I have to come, on the weekends or so when I'm not working. I have to
Hmm.
I have to go to Accra, and so in our apartment, right, right, so that I can start organizing some stuff, buying stuff, checking stuff, you know. But
Yeah.
every time, and anytime I'm there, I mean, sometimes I want to go visit my friends. Remember, I went to school in Accra, so I know the place, right?
Right. Hmm.
So when I'm coming home, like in the evening time, oh, this man is already waiting for me by the
Right.
roadside. He's
Hmm.
walking up and down because I'm late. He's concerned that it's too late for me to be out. And I'm like, dude, I'm a grown person. I can take care of myself.
How late? Late? Is it like maybe midnight, 1
No,
a.m.?
no, 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 no. No, I'm talking about 7, 8 o'clock,
7 p.m.
7
8
p.m.,
o'clock
8 p.m.
is late.
It's late
Okay, let's go on.
because it's dark. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So we did all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I will go to his, sometimes whilst I'm in Accra, I'll go to his office, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to his office and then Auntie B, for some reason, my intuition, we
Mm-hmm.
have to follow our intuition. I would just not feel right in his office when I go there. I
Mm-hmm.
will feel like there is something, but I can't put my hand on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go to his office like once in a while. I go and visit him at his office because I'm already in Accra and stuff like that. And then I notice something. Every time I'm in his office, his secretary in the office, she will frequent his office. She will be coming in and out, like coming for little things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what is this? But what? Well, you know, in my head, I'm going, well, if he even had anything doing, he's not marrying them. He's marrying me.
He's marrying you. You are the one. After all, you
I
are
am the
planning a
one,
wedding.
the
Mm-hmm.
chosen one. We
You
are
are the
planning
lucky
the
one.
wedding.
He pick you. He
Yep,
pick you.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing been going on, and then there was another young lady. I saw her maybe once or twice. Coming to his office, or we passed by each other. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't take anything. It didn't bother me, right? So one time I didn't plan on going to Accra. So he didn't know I was coming to Accra. I mean, coming to Accra.
Mm-hmm.
So whilst in the apartment, I came home, right? Came to the apartment in Accra.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst there, Saturday morning, who comes to the apartment? The
Mm-hmm.
secretary
The secretary came to the house to deliver
came to the
files.
house,
What's the secretary doing in the house?
but she doesn't know I'm there.
Right.
So she comes to the house, and how the apartment was. I was in the bedroom, but I could see there was a screen door, so I could see what's going on in the living room. I could hear people talking. But I,
Mm-hmm.
I think he was also so shocked he couldn't tell her anything.
Right.
She came with a friend.
Wow.
So she comes and is sitting down, and I still didn't come out of the room, right? I'm listening to their conversation. They're speaking their vernacular.
Right.
Unfortunately for him, he
Mm-hmm.
didn't realize that all the time I spent in Ghana, I had picked up the
You picked
language.
up the language.
He
You're a very smart girl.
So then I'm there, in my heart. I'm telling myself, let me stay here. Let me see how long this thing is going to play out.
Mm-hmm.
So she's there with her friend. You could see that she's been there before
Mm-hmm.
because she's comfortable. She's opening the fridge. She's
Mm-hmm.
taking food out of the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to the kitchen and stuff like that. I'm like,
And you are
ooh,
still in the room. Why are
I'm
you
still
hiding
in
in the
the
room?
room.
Why didn't you come out
So
to
I
announce your
was waiting.
presence?
I was waiting for them to get real comfortable, and then I'll come out. So she took some food from the freezer, and then she went to the kitchen. That's when I came out.
Mm-hmm.
When her friend saw me, her friend is, I mean, like in shock but embarrassed.
Right.
So then this woman come back from the kitchen, and she sees me in the living room. I'm standing there looking at all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then she spoke the vernacular to him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what it translated, right? She
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Oh, if I knew she was here, I wouldn't have come."
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
then, being the person I am, I also reply her in a vernacular.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to her, "Oh." behave like I'm not here. You do what you usually do.
Wow. It seems like a scene from a movie. You
I'm
did that.
telling you.
You
I'm
spoke the
telling
vernacular. They didn't
I
even know
spoke
you
the
understood.
I spoke the vernacular.
Grace, you are savage. Oh my God. And how did Holy Brother, how did he manage all these plenty women in his house causing
I
confusion
I
everywhere?
don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, what not, but I think I made her so uncomfortable and her friend that, and then he said to me, "Oh, they just wanted to have something to eat." And
Hmm.
then I look at him, and then he said, "Oh, if I mean," I said, I said to him, "Oh, they can go ahead. She already knows what she wants to eat." And then he said, "Listen to him. He wants to get me out of the living room into the kitchen, right?" And he goes,
Hmm.
"Oh no, they wanted to eat something else."
Did they make the food that they are eating? Who made the food that they are
Oh,
eating?
I did. Because remember, every time I go to Accra on the
Hmm.
weekend, I'm cooking because I think this man is going to be my husband. So
So
I'm cooking
this
for two,
secretary
three
has the
days.
audacity to come to your fiance's place and wants to eat your food while you
Yes,
are right there.
yes,
Red flag.
yes. So then if Auntie B, if you get to know me, I'm pretty chill.
I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell. Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, what not? I'm like, she already took something from the fridge. Let her heat it up and then they can eat.
Hmm.
I'm still looking at them. She's now nervous. She heats the food. She and her friend eats.
Hmm.
I'm sitting there, and then she said, "Oh, they are leaving."
Right.
And then he, the ex-husband, is
Hmm.
going to escort them.
Right.
There where there where Grace came out.
You came out. Your real grace, your gracious self came out.
Grace herself came out. I said to him, absolutely not. Go and sit down.
Hmm.
Just how they came in, that's how they're
Hmm.
going to leave.
You're not going nowhere.
No, sit down.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they left, right? When they left Auntie B, I was
Hmm.
upset. I was upset. I didn't like this because this is not my life. I don't
Hmm.
want to be involved in all this thing, right? And then I
Hmm.
told him, I said, look, if you have a relationship with this woman, it's fine. Whatever we started is not that far. We can stop it. I don't
Right.
care if my invitations have gone out. And by that time, remember we're getting married, right?
Right.
Invitations are out. I said,
Hmm.
I don't care whether invitations are out or not. We can put an end to it. So then I packed my whatever stuff and then I went back to my post where I was working.
Yeah.
He comes there, right? He comes the next day or so to come and visit, right?
Hmm.
He's coming to apologize, to beg and stuff. And my mom at that time, my mom is also there with me. So I
Hmm.
explain everything to my mom.
Hmm.
And my mom sees him, he comes, he's crying, Auntie B, tears.
Ah, red flag, red
He's
flag.
crying.
Mongo
He,
Parks know how
he's
to cry.
kneeling down. He's
Yes.
kneeling down. He's dragging on the floor. He's holding my legs and he's
Hmm.
begging. And
That's how they roll. That's how
oh,
Mongo Park roll. Don't fall for those tears. Mm-mm.
Auntie B, I
Mm-mm.
didn't want to do it, but my mom, my mom said, "Oh, you will not find someone perfect. You
Right.
you have to make the person into who you want them to be." You know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So because of the respect and the love I had for my mom,
Right.
I'm like, I just agreed to it.
Right. Okay.
So
We still
we
have a long way
continue.
to go. We are not even in
I'm
the
telling.
US yet. So try to paraphrase because 30 minutes is gone
I'm,
because
I'm
I know your time.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming to finish up. I'm coming to be fast. So we had a wedding. Whatever happened, we living together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the whole thing about me coming to the states resurfaces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so now he's waking me up at 3 in the morning for us to pray. I'm like, so one time I was so upset. I said to him, I said, listen, don't you think God has more important things than for me traveling?
Is it? Are you praying specifically for your American visa, or just
Oh,
praying as a
no,
family?
I already I'm coming on a program, so my coming is not a problem at all.
So what are you
My
praying the midnight prayer? What's the night vigil for?
we are praying for the process to be sped up because
To be
it
quick.
takes time. I'm on a program,
Oh.
so I have to wait till my name comes up. I have to go through some classes before I
Mm-hmm.
come to the States. So
Right.
that's what we are praying for.
Right.
We're
Mm-hmm.
praying on it. This
Mm-hmm.
man is praying, he's praying. Meanwhile, Auntie B, I saw some red flags that I didn't want to accept.
Right. Name them.
One with the women. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Mm-hmm.
the second one was the way he talked to his grandmother.
Wow.
The
Grandmother. People usually
Yes.
love their grandmother. Everybody loves their grandmother.
Auntie B, the way he would talk, because I think, maybe they consider me as a foreigner, but
Mm-hmm.
the old lady was kind of nice to me and wanted to know more about me and stuff like that. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
she will even cook and bring it to our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would like be shutting her down, like, "Oh, you don't have to come here. Oh, you don't have to be here. Oh, we are okay." In those things, I'm like, don't
Apart
talk
from the
to.
secretary, were there other women apart from the secretary that you saw?
So apart from the secretary and that other young lady, didn't have any kind of contact with her, but that was the two. That was the two.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So then, and another thing too, with his mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we, anytime I go to his place, because he was living with his mom and his sister, right? Anytime I go there, he's going to go into his mom's kitchen, collect food, her food, and bring it for us to eat.
So he was living with his parents before you guys got together. His
Not
mother. He
his
was living with
parent
his
though.
mom.
Not
His
his
mother.
parents, his mom.
Right.
So
Okay.
how the house was, it was like they were renting three rooms from, I would say it's a compound house.
Right.
So they were renting rooms there. So they were all
Mm-hmm.
living together there. And he would bring
Right.
his mom food and stuff like that. I didn't feel comfortable because I would always ask him, uh, did your mom know I was coming? Did you give her money to cook? He's like, oh no, she doesn't mind. And in my head, I'm going, she minds, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the second one. The third thing I realized is this man, even though we had now gotten married and stuff like that, he was not putting his hand in his pocket to provide,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know? Most of the times he would see me buying stuff because even
Mm-hmm.
though, he was not putting his hand in his pocket to help out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I just didn't pay mind to it.
So we said here, I tell ladies, you are the one that teaches the man how he will treat you.
Yes.
If you think because, oh, I have money, let me just start buying groceries, paying the rent, doing everything. The man, if he's not somebody that, really believes that as the leader and the head of the family, I should pull my weight financially, he will just sit down and be looking at you while you will carry the load until your back will want to break. Never volunteer to do what you know you don't want to keep doing consistently. I'm not saying that, if you are in a marriage and your husband is struggling, you shouldn't step in. But if you know you don't want to carry on, don't start it.
Thank you. But Auntie B, you know what? What I thought was, he's a grown man. He will
Mm-hmm.
provide because he knows. So
Mm-hmm.
if he sees me bring pulling my weight, he will pull his weight.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, that was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
That was my fault.
Yeah.
Okay. So I come to the States, right?
Mm-hmm.
I come to the States, and for some reason, it it took 3 years for him to join me.
Right. Was things good between you guys when you were married in Ghana before you now went to the America?
Oh yeah, things were okay. Things
Mm-hmm.
were things was it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I even got I got a better job, right? In another part of the country, I got a better job.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was waiting to start that job, I remember one time his brother asked me, are you going to stay home or you going to find work?
Right.
And I told him, oh, I'm going to work. I'm not going to stay home. Maybe they thought I was going to stay. They didn't know the dynamics. So maybe they thought I wanted to be a stay at home person so that their
Yeah,
son would
he's
take
the
care
one
of me. I don't
providing.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably thought he's the one that is, providing for the family. It was just
Yeah.
you and him. Right.
So even when I started this new job, the system, I don't know if it's the same way in Nigeria, but the system in Ghana, when I was there, I'm talking about in the 90s, you know,
Mm, mm.
uh, when you get a job, you don't start making the money right away. Sometimes it takes 2, 3 months before your salary comes in.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
happen like that. Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens like that in Nigeria because they have to process all the papers and everything, get you. Yeah, it does happen like that, especially in the civil service. You don't get paid immediately.
Yeah. So even whilst I'm at a new job and still waiting for my salary to come, this ex-husband is going to come and visit me with his empty hands. He doesn't care where I get money from to feed us. He doesn't care. He's coming with his empty hands,
Mm-hmm.
even if I ask him not to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I come to the States. It took him about 3 years for him
Mm-hmm.
to get here, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
remember something he said. He went to the American embassy one time, and
Mm-hmm.
the visa officer outrightly denied him the visa and told him, "You married that woman for you to go to America."
Right. Hmm.
I don't know what this man saw in him. I don't know what attitude or behavior he carried out there, but this man said it.
Mm-hmm.
So
So when you were in America before he came, you say it took 3 years for him to join you. Were you sending money? Dan, I know you didn't have children in Ghana, so were you sending him money for upkeep?
no, I was not sending him money, but guess what I did?
Mm-hmm.
I left my debit card with him,
Okay, for your Ghana bank account.
my Ghana bank account.
Mm-hmm.
I left my debit card with him with the hope that, oh, when I come to the States and I start working, I can send him money to put in our account anytime I come to Ghana or we move to Ghana, we can have some money there.
Right. Was there money in the account?
Oh, after I left, I think the very day I left, he started withdrawing the money.
Come on now, Grace. How you gonna put milk in front of a cat and you expect the cat not to drink it? Come on now. That one I can't even blame him. You gave him the cat. You said it himself. He probably wasn't. He wasn't earning and not. Sissy is asking his job. He had a job. Sissy, Sissy, stop. How many times will you ask that question? He had a job. He was working in a Christian organization. Okay, but I don't
Yeah.
think he was paid quite a lot of money because it was like, was it like a charity or something like that? It's a Christian organization. He had a job. Okay, so now you leave your card with this
I left
man
my I left my card.
and you
So
go to America. Was there a
what
discussion about what to spend, not what not
no,
to
no, no, no,
expectations?
no. No, he was not to touch my money because
Did you tell him not
they
to touch your money?
no, but the card was I left the card with the intention of sending money for him to put into that account.
Right.
So, but how did I know he was taking money out of my account?
Mm-hmm.
Was Ghana, those days Ghana is hard, right? But this man was calling me every day, and I'm like, so one day I asked him, why you keep calling me every day? It's expensive to call from Ghana every day. Where are you getting the money from like that?
Right.
And then
Right.
he
Before
said, "Oh,
WhatsApp. This is before WhatsApp.
yeah." And then he
Right.
said, "Oh, he took some money from my account." Oh, Auntie B. Oh,
That's how you knew.
like I should die. I
You
was so
felt bad.
upset. I was so upset. And then I said to him, "This minute, as I'm speaking to you, put my card in the mail and send it to me."
Right.
So, okay, that's money. We work for money. So we let that go.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes to America, right? After three
Finally.
years,
After 3
finally,
years.
after three,
Finally.
finally, he comes to America.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to America. The first thing he does, now I knew when he came to America, I knew that he has an aunt in America who has been in America for maybe at that time, maybe 25 years.
So let me just quickly ask this, Grace. I forgot why you were in
Mhm.
America for 3 years. Why he was applying for visas and he was getting this rejection. Did you visit or you didn't see each other for 3 years?
No, I didn't visit.
Okay.
Yeah, because the program I came on, I couldn't visit like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I wasn't visiting, but we were communicating and stuff like that. So he comes to America. The first thing I knew, oh, he has an aunt here who has been here for more than 25 years plus.
Right.
The next thing I knew, he's telling me, oh, his aunt said he can work without even his SS card coming.
Right.
And then I'm telling him, look, you have to wait. I came on the program. You came on this, you know, as a spouse to someone who came on this program. So it takes time for everything to work. You need to relax. So the next thing I know, he's like, oh, his aunt said, oh, he can do this again. So then I got frustrated and I said, all right, you know what? If you give me chance, I'm going to work extra. I'm going to get you some money. You buy a ticket and then you can go to your aunt.
So he wanted to go and visit his aunt. Was she living in another state?
She lives in another state.
Right.
So I said to him, I said, okay, you can go to your aunt. I will work, I will give you some money, you can go to your aunt. But then I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what happened. He didn't, pursue that anymore. He kind of
Mm-hmm.
stayed. Maybe they talk or whatever. So he starts working, right? He starts working, but he came and I'm already in my own apartment and stuff like that. Auntie B, the same thing. He's not putting his hand in his pocket to contribute food
Okay,
or
so
anything.
we can just conclude that he's stingy.
Yes.
Period. Mm-hmm.
Not only
Because
is he
people
still,
can make excuses for him when he was in Ghana that he didn't have a good job. And look, let me tell you something about generosity. So we're talking about providing the other day, and a lot of people were, oh, it's only finances you people are talking about. Nigerian men, that's the only thing they have. It's only money they have and all that. See, generosity or spend is not about being rich or having excess. It's about sharing the little you have with your significant other, especially if you are a man. You can't tell me that, oh, it's because what I'm earning is too small. That's why I am putting my salary in my pocket. I'm not giving to my other half. When you are a man and you expect to be respected in that relationship, you expect your wife to wash, clean, cook, look after you, give you kerewa, and respect you. No, it's not about how much you have. It's stinginess or generosity is sometimes is in the bone and in the spirit. I'm
it
sorry.
is. It
That's
is.
the way I say it.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So he does not contribute or anything. So one time I said to him, I said, you know what? This place, you have to contribute. You know what he tells me? Oh, he's saving his money to buy a car.
He just came. He
Yes,
just
you
came to
just
the US.
came. You just came and you're saving money to buy a car.
Okay. Maybe he needs the car in the US. I mean, to be honest, you guys
Auntie
will
B, I
change the
already
price.
had a car. I had a car, and I said to him, I said, what you have to do is, I will drop you off at work. I will
Mm-hmm.
go to work because you have to be at work till, let's say from 3 to 11. And then when I close from work, I will come and pick you up.
So you can manage one car as a family.
Until we get enough.
That's a
Oh,
smart woman planning the finances properly for the
no,
family.
he didn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, we continue with the marriage and stuff like that. He came in. I think he came in June before I realized I'm already pregnant.
Okay.
I'm already pregnant, Auntie B. I'm working in a care home. I think you guys call it care home. We call it group
Yes.
home here. We call
Yeah.
it group
Call it
home.
care home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Care home.
I'm
Mm.
working in a care home. I'm already pregnant, and I got admission to the university to go to school here because by this time I don't have my license to practice here
Right.
because it takes time, the process.
Yeah.
So then I get pregnant. I start working. He's working, in a shop or something. I said to him, I said, don't work in a store. Why don't you join me in a care home,
Mm-hmm.
right? To work. This way will be it's not such a difficult job. This way we can plan better.
Right.
And then I even encouraged him. I said, you know what? And then you can start. Maybe you can go to the LPN school,
Mm-hmm.
and just be a practical nurse for the meantime until he already has a degree, right? Until later
Mm-hmm.
on you can go and do your masters, what you want to do and stuff like that. But Auntie B, before I could tell you, I just want to say one thing. Before he even got here, he had applied to schools. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
He applied to graduate programs.
Does he have
He
the money to pay the school fees?
he didn't even tell me he applied to it. Unfortunately for him, he put my address, so the envelope came addressed to him came to me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another deception there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we start the care home. He agreed to go and work in the care home. So one of my friends, actually, she's a Nigerian lady. She was leaving her position as the assistant manager in a care home, and then I kind of talked to her. I'm like, you know what? My husband just came, and I'm pregnant and this and that. Can you talk to the boss so that they can hire him for that position? You know, So my friend talked to the boss, whatever she had connection, and it made him assistant manager.
Right.
He starts working. So even though I'm working in a company, he starts working as assistant manager. He starts making more than me.
Right.
He still doesn't want to pay.
It's stingy. We've concluded that.
So then he will only pay for maybe the light bill or something.
Mm-hmm.
He starts working in there. I'm working, I'm pregnant, this and that. Before I realized, he starts a relationship with the manager.
He starts a relationship with the manager where he was working.
He starts a relationship with a manager there, in
Hmm.
the house there.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know. I'm still going on. I'm still going to school. I'm still doing that. Have the baby, this, that, that. Then I realized that people are looking at me differently, but I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm.
This manager even comes to our apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like on Saturdays, maybe if I cook soup or something like that. Oh, can we invite her to come? Oh, she hasn't tried African food. Can we invite her to come and this and that?
So he just got to America, the first job or second job. He's already
Yeah.
dating somebody in his workplace.
Yes. Yes.
And this is a holy brother we are talking about.
Oh, this is the Holy Prayer. But now that he's in America, when I ask him for us to come and pray, you know what he tells me?
Mm-mm.
He
No
said, "You
need.
seek your own salvation."
Oh, he's not doing midnight prayer anymore.
No,
No,
it's not,
no night vigil.
he's not doing midnight prayers.
So now
Midnight
that God
prayers.
has answered the American visa prayer, no need to pray
No,
anymore.
no midnight prayers.
Right.
Okay, so we continue like this for a couple of years. Then I moved to another church, right?
Mm-hmm.
I moved to another church, Auntie B.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst I'm there, we close with the pastor because the pastor is actually a Ghanaian, but he's also a university lecturer. Whilst we're in the church, I don't
Mm-hmm.
have my license. My husband takes an email from my email, right? He
Mm-hmm.
forwarded it to the pastor.
That
So,
what?
so I'm wondering what's going on.
Forwarded it to the pastor about what is the email about? I don't understand that.
The email is about somebody I know, a young man that I know from like in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I meet this man relative at a wedding, and then they're telling me, "Oh, did you hear from this person? Right? Let's call him John. Did you hear from John? John is also here. He in so and so state." And I'm like, "Okay. Oh, give me his number. Let me call him." Right?
Yeah, you
Nothing is
said it
going
was
on.
just, it's nothing going on. It's just friendship from
Just
someone
a
you know back home.
friendship. Just a
Yeah.
friendship from
So
back
you're
home in
communicating with
Liberia.
someone, yeah, someone you knew before from Liberia. You reconnected and you were talking. It was just nothing.
Nothing, Auntie
Right.
B.
Yeah. Okay. So now he's telling the pastor, like making it look like you are having an affair or
Yes,
cheating.
yes.
Right.
So
Okay.
with this thing, I'm so upset. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so ashamed. I don't even want to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to talk to pastor, and I told pastor about it. I told him who this guy was, a family friend, long many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I even told him I feel so embarrassed. I feel so ashamed. I don't even want to come to church.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor says nothing. I should come. Auntie B, this person was actually helping me to get my license. He was buying books for me to use because he told me his girlfriend or his wife or whoever was a nurse in Africa, and she came here, and he bought books and stuff like that. And the same books he bought, he's going to buy them for me just to help me out.
Right. So usually, let me interject here. We're almost done 1 hour now. Thank you very much, Grace. You're doing very well. Usually, Mongo Parks will project what they are doing on their partner.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to cheat. You don't need to even have the intention to. But because they are doing it, remember he started dating this manager that he was working with. They
Yeah.
will project it just to make themselves feel good. Like, okay, she's doing it too. So yeah, that's just it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing anything. Like you said, this is somebody that was helping you, was just a platonic friendship, nothing to it. Yeah, right.
So that brought a whole big issue. Auntie B, I
Mm-hmm.
even allowed this young man, I even called John and told him, oh, this thing had brought problem. Oh, because, and another thing was, by this time I sent pictures to John, showing my son, my family, and stuff like that. And John also made a comment that, oh, you see, oh, if you have married
Let's not
me,
use his name. Let's not use his name. Yeah.
yeah, if you
Just say
have,
this other Liberian man. Yeah.
yeah, he said, if if you have married me, or that would have been my son. You're not just playing.
Mm-hmm.
This was what was in the email. That's
Right.
the one he had taken to pastor that I'm cheating or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Were you
Okay.
living in the same state or the same city with this other person, this Liberian man?
No.
So you
I'm
didn't see the
living.
person physically.
No,
It
I
was
haven't
just
seen the,
correspondence.
I haven't even seen the person.
Wow. Okay.
So this person, I made this person to apologize to him. Okay.
That's good. That's good
Yeah.
to know. So, if your husband feels insecure in any way about, whatever kind of relationship you're having, except it's a family kind of relationship, you have a friendship and your husband feels insecure about it, there's nothing wrong in, ending that relationship.
Yes,
And you even made the guy apologize to your
I
husband. That's
did.
a very noble thing to do.
I
I
did.
must, I mean, you're a very humble person. I appreciate that. Honestly,
Yeah,
I do.
I
Hmm.
did. All right. So whatever. I got my license. He got in the process his first master's degree. Uh, I finished my bachelor's doing something else. Then I happened to pass my state exam. I passed my licensure exam. I started
Mm-hmm.
working. This
Mm-hmm.
man still he's still having a relationship with this woman, this manager. He's still having a relationship.
Did you confront him about this affair?
Yes, because Auntie B, remember I told you the intuition I have is very strong.
Yes.
You know, so I have to sometimes I have to force myself to tell myself, no, things are not going on the way I think it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I confronted him, and of course, he made me look like I'm the crazy one.
Mm-hmm.
He brings this woman to our church.
Mm-hmm.
So by this time now, I have two babies. I've had the first little one, he's grown. Then I'm pregnant with the second one. Before
And
I
how's the
even
financial how is the finances going now? He's working, obviously. If he's bold enough to date his manager, he must be dropping some money at this point.
oh no, he's working. So what they do, in the care home, the manager go and buy stuff and things for the care home. When they go and buy, they will buy extra stuff. Then I see him bringing extra stuff home.
Mm.
And I confronted him. I told him, I said, no, me, I don't like such things. Because when they accuse you of embezzling their money and stuff, I don't want it to reach to my home. Don't
Let me
bring it.
ask you this, Grace. Sorry to interject. Did you tell your pastor about his affair that he was having with this other woman that even brought the woman to the church? I remember you were telling me that she's from the Caribbean, this woman that he was sleeping with.
Yes, yes.
Did you
Auntie
tell your
B,
pastor?
Auntie B, it's my intuition. I don't I because I
No proof.
confronted him,
Mm.
he never accepted it.
Right. You don't have any
So
proof.
I don't have a proof of it.
Okay. Okay.
But
It's just
he would
something that you felt was going on. So you have
yes,
no proof.
yes,
Okay.
I had no proof. So Auntie B, he would leave me. Remember I said then at this time I'm pregnant. I was pregnant. He wanted me to go to his work and announce that I'm pregnant. Like make it let it look like he's surprised. He doesn't know because the
Why?
woman is there. I don't know
Uh-uh.
whatever he's telling this woman. I don't know.
For you to go and tell his co-workers that you are
Yes,
pregnant. Why?
yes. So maybe he's been telling her whatever he's been telling her. I don't know. So I didn't do that. Of course, I said to him, whatever is between you and this woman, you go and fix your own thing. I got nothing to do with it. So second baby is born.
Go ahead,
Hello?
Grace. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
So
Second
second
baby is
baby,
born.
second
Mm-hmm.
baby is born.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now this to go to church on Sunday, this man will go to his boss' house, right? Go
Mm-hmm.
and pick she and her children up to go to church, but will leave me and the two babies at home.
So the manager is now a full-fledged member of your church now.
She's a full flesh member, and and they go early to go to Sunday school.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I have to stay home and get myself ready and get
Mm-hmm.
the toddler ready and then get
Mm-hmm.
the baby ready and then take all of them to church.
Yeah. He has a car this time, I'm assuming. He has his own
Oh,
car now.
he has a car. Life is getting better.
Right. Yeah.
So he will go. So when I come to church, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the church, they are sitting in front. He and the
And the
woman and
wife.
her children.
Oh, somebody said this is second wife. Sorry.
The second
Sorry,
wife, yeah.
Grace. Uni, please don't make me laugh. This is serious. So she and your husband and this second woman are sitting in front with her children. And
Auntie
you
B.
come to church by yourself with your children.
With my children. Don't forget, I have a toddler who is active, right? And then I have a baby in the baby seat. I'm carrying it, and then I have the diaper bag. Then I have my own handbag and my high heel shoes.
And you're struggling. You're still wearing high heel. You want to fall that baby, Grace.
Auntie B, I'm struggling.
Oh, yeah.
When
Oh.
I ah,
It's funny how
when,
you can see humor looking back, but I bet it wasn't funny at that time.
no, Auntie
Mm-hmm.
B, I will go when I get to the church. The ushers there, the white people, Auntie B,
Mm-mm.
they will come and help me with my bag, help me with the toddler.
And your husband is sitting in front
Oh, he's sitting in front. He has his
with
own
another
family. Then he
woman.
has a new family in front.
How did you manage to just keep quiet and just deal with that without confronting? I will go there and I will say, get you. You know, I'll be like, I'll go at Angela Bassett on him. You know
Mm,
that movie, How Stella Got Her Groove Back?
yes.
Where Angela said, get your shirt and get out.
Mm, mm,
I will do that on him. I will pull that in church. Honestly, I will. I know
mm, mm,
myself. I will
mm.
pull that in church. I will
Auntie
go to
B,
the front and say, and pull him out of that seat. Make a
no.
scene.
Auntie B, I cannot do that.
No, you are a very patient person.
No,
Thank God
no,
for grace.
I cannot do that because you know why? I am
Hmm,
not going to lower my prestige because of another human being. No way. No
hmm,
how. No.
hmm, hmm,
Because I believe something. You cannot force someone to love you.
hmm,
You
hmm.
cannot force someone to love you. And you know what? If it's the end of the relationship, don't
Yeah.
force yourself. Let it go.
Yeah, because I will, I understand what you're saying, Grace, my darling. I do understand. And thank God your name is Grace and you are gracious.
Yes.
But is the disrespect in it for me?
Until be every can you imagine everybody in the organization we worked for? Everybody knew I didn't know. I was just having the intuition. So you can imagine how people talk about me and laugh behind my back. Auntie B,
Oh.
the person I help, the person I love, and you treat me like that. What did I do wrong?
Hmm.
I
I don't think
chose
he was
to
ever in love with you. He married you
oh,
because of the green card
he,
and
he,
America.
he married because of that.
Yeah.
Even when he got his US citizenship certificate, he took it out of the house and he took it to the pastor to keep as if I'm going to do something with it. Tell me
Mm.
if this man you married didn't have a negative plan for you, why would he do that? Huh? The wicked run when no one is chasing them.
Yeah. Did you report him to the pastor when all this was going on? Because
I
both of
told
you
the
work in the same
pastor.
organization. Yeah.
I told the pastor, you know what? I even told the pastor, okay,
Hmm.
this is what he does with church and stuff. He's highly contributing and all those things. Okay, Auntie B. So remember, I went to school. So whilst in school, I got student loan and stuff like that. I put
Hmm.
the money. I didn't use all the money. I put some in my account, and
Hmm.
I said to him, I said, listen, our parents are aging, right?
Hmm.
And we need to start planning. We need to do things. We need to maybe buy a home here and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
let's get an account. The money I got from school, Auntie B, I put it in this account. I said to him, when you get your paycheck every 2 weeks, because we get paid every 2 weeks, just put
Hmm.
$200 in this account. This
Hmm.
man put $200 there once, twice. The next thing I know, he's pressuring me to take. By that time, I think maybe it was like $6,000 in the account. He's pressuring me to give him the money in the account so that he can buy land in Ghana
Hmm.
because somebody is selling the land. Auntie B, the time he even told me, I was pregnant. At that time, I was pregnant with the second one. This man made me to give him that $6,000 from that account. He sent it to Ghana. I'm pregnant.
Hmm.
Auntie B, okay, that's it. That's fine. I even told Pastor about that, and our pastor asked me, "Who asked you to give him the money?
Mhm. You're still
Who
being a
asked him?
dutiful wife because you are
Who
trying to
asked him?"
plan. You are trying
Yes.
to plan for the future.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. But then, Auntie B, at the same time, Kelewa too, I'm not even getting some more.
You giving Kerewa somewhere else. How are you going to get it? When
We get
Madam in the office is busy collecting Kerewa. He can't, he doesn't have the capacity to Kerewa at home.
no. Okay.
Mhm.
So I continue. Auntie B, babies are getting bigger. I got a job. I'm working in the hospital. Things are looking better. But then,
Mhm.
but then, Grace started wising up.
Oh, the day has come for Grace to grow up and not
Grace
take
started,
disrespect.
oh, Grace started, Grace started wising up.
Mhm.
The first thing I did when I started, working in my profession and I started making a little more money, the first thing I did was I said, let me buy a house.
Hmm.
So I brought this to his attention. I'm like, let's buy a home. Let's save and buy a home. He
Mhm.
said, oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
We saw the first house. For him to contribute towards buying this house, we went, saw the realtor, got the paperwork and everything. We come home, Auntie B, he called a realtor behind my back, and
Mhm.
they told the realtor to take his name from it.
He doesn't want to be in it.
No,
Why?
I don't. He had a plan, Auntie B. He
Right.
had a
I know.
plan.
I know. I know he had a plan. Okay, go ahead, my dear.
So,
So, did you buy? You ended up buying the house. Let's
oh,
summarize
Auntie
that.
B, I bought the house.
You bought the
I bought
house.
the house the day of signing the papers for the house.
Hold on, my darling. Sometimes when God is working in our favor, you never know.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
That's
you
what I'm
now,
saying.
Grace, being the dutiful wife that you are, you still want that home in both your names because you are the married woman. You want this property in both your names. That's how you
N-
say it in America. But
Yes,
Uncle had already called Realtor and said, take my name off. So
take my
now
name out.
you are the only one that is going ahead to buy the
But
house.
Auntie B, listen, but let me tell you something. The realtor herself is a Ghanaian and we go to the same church.
I see.
So all in my mind, she's taking his name off the
Mm-hmm.
paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
That first house, the deal fell through. It didn't go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
I find a second house. I'm walking down, we find a second house, and I felt this house is mine. So we go sign a paper, sign a new paper. As far as I'm concerned, his name is not on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Did you
day for
check?
me, uh,
Did you check?
oh yeah, she showed me papers and all that. The day for me to go and sign,
Mm-hmm.
I get to the courthouse
Mm-hmm.
to sign the document.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised to see my husband there.
So he was still in the mortgage papers.
The woman put him on the mortgage paper.
Ah, okay. So there's a lesson here. Me, I don't know about you guys. Generally, when I want to do business, I don't involve anybody that I know, either in my church or in my life. Buying a house is a business decision. Okay.
Lesson
So
learned.
I don't go to anybody. Hey, go to this person. Oh, you know this person. I like to use people I don't know. Oyibo people, preferably. That way,
Auntie
there is
B,
no sentiment of Don't use your church. Please don't go to people
Auntie
that you
B,
don't know.
lesson learned.
Mhm.
Okay. So we go there, he signed, he go we go there, and then
Did he
see
put
him
any
there.
deposit? If he's going to sign, how much did he put?
He didn't put anything down.
Ah,
I put the 20 grand down. I did. I have proof. I have my up to now, I still have my check I signed. I put the first 10 grand down. This and the other ones, all the little expenses that came with it.
So he's there to sign for a house he didn't put a dime
He
down for.
signed. He come to sign. Auntie B.
What did you do?
What? So I asked the realtor. I said, so when she brought the paper to me, I said, oh, how come? How come his name is on the paper? He
Mhm.
called you and removed his name. How come? And she said, oh, it doesn't matter. I said, it does matter. If you don't take his name out, I'm not signing it. I won't buy the
Okay.
house.
Right.
So I tell her that. And you know what she did? You know how when you go to buy, two people buying the house, uh, the first person is actually the person who is buying it. And then the second person is like their co-signer or whatever.
Hmm.
She puts his name on the top and put my name on the bottom.
Hey, they are
So
working together. They are working together. They are in the same church. They are both from the same place. Do you know what
Aunt,
they've discussed behind you? Hey,
Auntie B, Auntie B,
my
I
paranoia
told,
is kicking in now. My paranoia is kicking in.
oh
Hmm.
yeah, Auntie B, I told her. So the Oyibo people are all waiting, and then I told her, I said, I won't sign it. I was so upset at that time. Then she said, okay. I said, most especially, she put his name on the top when I am paying the money. So
Hmm.
she had to go, she had to reprint it and then put my name on the top and then put his name on the bottom. Okay, whatever. We sign a paper. Let's cut it
Right.
short so that we can go on with the story. We sign a paper.
Right.
We sign a paper. He's on the mortgage.
Hmm.
All right. We come home. Hey, I'm the only person paying the mortgage.
Why will a realtor be professional? Who's gonna say she's not professional? Of course, she's not
Oh,
professional.
oh,
She's dealing with
mm,
this man like he's their brother and sister.
yeah.
This is what happens when you use your church people or the people in
Mm,
your life, your friends for business.
mm,
You don't. You
mm.
don't do that mistake.
Never. Listen,
No.
so we get the house. We're living in the house. It's in Auntie B. That I will send you a picture one of these days. The house is in a nice neighborhood, all Oyibo, everything. The children came. Everything is going well. I'm
So
the
you
only
signed and it's not paying mortgage again,
He's
even
not
though you
paying.
put the deposit down.
I'm the only one in it. This the first thing when after I bought the house, the Caribbean woman, she had called me one time. Oh, you bought the house. Oh, you guys I will come and visit so that I can plant some flowers.
Oh my God.
So I told her, I said, where I come from, we don't dig holes in people yard.
Hmm.
Yeah, because the tribe I come from, we don't know. You don't do that. If you don't belong to that house, you don't dig holes in it because
Hmm.
people plant things. Okay, whatever, Auntie B. We
So let me say this before we
uh
go on, my darling.
mm,
So for me, I wouldn't sign that mortgage deed. I will not.
Auntie
Okay?
B,
Because hold
Auntie
on,
B.
hold on. So,
All right.
Grace, hold on. I'm just trying to make a point. I know,
Yeah,
you are the good wife, you are a
yeah.
very good person. You already told us, you are not, someone that is going to go and thank God that you even got the realtor to put your name as the first buyer. But I wouldn't sign it because he already told you that he's not interested in buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
You put down $20,000. He didn't put a dime from living with him since he came from Ghana. He's not paid any money. He's not generous with spending for the family. So you already know that you are on your own with this mortgage. You are going to be paying it yourself. So I wouldn't sign. I would not. I don't care whether you are my husband or whatever. I'm not going to sign a mortgage when I know that I'm the one that is going to be financially responsible for that house. It's just a
Mm,
learning. I would tell the realtor, tell the Yoruba people who arrange another date, go and do the paperwork again because you already have your deposit, you paid it already. I'm the one buying the house. It doesn't mean that your marriage is going to end. It's just because sometimes it becomes a problem for you because you are co-owners, but you're not really co-owners financially. You are the owner of the house. And if it was a marriage whereby you are working together as a couple, I will understand. Maybe he doesn't have money. But this Mongo Park has money. He's busy carrying side chick to church every day. Why would I
mm.
want to sign a deed with him, his name on it? Please learn. It's just a learning. I just wanted to
Oh,
bring that
oh, thank you, Auntie B. You are
out.
right. But Auntie B, at that time, I don't know. I don't know whether it's the. I don't know. I think it's the foolishness in me.
Yeah, you are just still optimistic that you want your marriage to work. I
Yeah.
understand.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we living in a house. We stay in this house for 6 years. The children are growing bigger. So at that time, we decided to put the kids in Catholic school. So I said to him, at this point, you need to help me with the older one. Just pay. We are paying every month, right? Just pay his.
So
He's not
the fee paying school. You pay school fees.
for the private school, yeah, the Catholic school, yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I said, just pay that child, the older child, just pay his school fees every month. I mean, it's every month you pay $500. Just pay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm paying for the second child, right? And then I'm
Right.
getting the mortgage. And at this point, Auntie B, things
Mm.
are getting out of control because now I realize that my expenses are a lot.
Where is his money going? Bisola,
Auntie B,
I
I
really love
don't.
you. You ask good question. Where is his money going?
Auntie B, when I ask him to contribute, you know what he tells me? You don't expect me to give you what I don't have.
So he has wages. You work in the same. Okay, were you still working in
No,
the same organization at this
no, no,
point?
no, 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 no. Now I've left. I'm working as a nurse. I'm working in a hospital
He
somewhere
must
else.
be earning something. Everybody earns good
Oh,
money.
he's earning money. I can see it. Auntie B. Then he started paying this first child school fees.
Mhm,
Meanwhile, Auntie B, I'm taking care of the food. I'm taking
mhm,
care of the mortgage. I'm taking care of the insurance. And
mhm.
everything is so much now. Not my salary cannot take care of everything now. So my credit card is being
You are
charged.
masking it out. You are
Oh
masking your
yeah,
credit card.
yeah, yeah,
Mm,
yeah. So
mhm,
Auntie B, now I'm getting more stressed out.
mhm,
I'm putting on weight.
mhm.
Auntie B, I'm like frustrated. So I'm telling my mom, right? I'm telling my mom this and that. So 2013, before I realized Auntie B, I worked the night shift, right? So that I shouldn't pay for childcare. I worked the night shift and I go to work one night, do everything, come home. Uh the husband left for work. He didn't return.
Okay. Now, can you explain what you mean that by he didn't return? Was it lost? Was it
N-
stolen? Was it
Aunt-
what
Auntie
happened
B,
to him? This is
Auntie
America.
B,
Please.
it's America. I don't know that the guy didn't return. No.
He went to work and disappeared.
He went to work, he never came back, came home. I took care of my normal thing, took care of the children, this, that, that. But I was not going to work that weekend. So it's past 10 o'clock, past 11 o'clock, midnight. He hasn't come. I said, oh, wait. Maybe this may had an accident or maybe this thing happened. So then I'm texting him, no reply. Ah, then
Mhm.
I send an email to him, no reply. And I'm like, what's wrong? So then I texted him again and I said, if I don't hear from you in 1 hour, I have to report to the police because this is not natural.
Yeah.
Auntie B,
Where
that's
was he?
when the,
He's
that's
gone
when
to
the
Ghana.
guy that's when the guy texted me I'm in Ghana.
He's in Ghana. I didn't want to give it away. He has jackpot back to Ghana. So somebody in the comment section, I think it's Busola or somebody said that all that money that you didn't see was being saved up for him to jackpot back to
Ah,
Ghana.
Auntie B, Auntie B,
He's
Auntie
run
B,
back to Ghana.
Auntie B, the man was in Ghana. I didn't believe
Oh
it.
my
I said to Auntie
God.
B, I said to him, I said, I don't believe you. If you are ready in Ghana, put your brother on the phone. Call me, put your brother on the phone. The man called me and he put his brother on the phone.
In Ghana. He didn't even tell you. You thought he went to work. He was in Ghana. I know you are laughing now, but I'm sure that day wasn't funny. You are a
Auntie B,
married man. You are living with your wife who brought you to America with two kids. You
mm,
plan a trip, which you didn't plan one day. You bought tickets. You packed your load. You entered into your car. You drove to the airport or you took an Uber. You got on a flight to Ghana without saying a word to your wife. Make it
Auntie
make
B, Auntie B,
Mm,
we are sleeping in the same room. Oh, I didn't
mm.
even know that the guy packed all his clothes, everything from the closet. I didn't know.
Somebody is asking, did he take the Caribbean girlfriend with him?
No, no, she has stayed. She has stayed behind. But later on, Auntie B, listen to this. So this guy has gone. So later on, the Caribbean woman called me.
Hmm.
Remember, I used to work there before he did, so I know them in the company. The woman,
Yeah.
I fire your husband.
What happened? Say that again. You got cut
She
off for a minute.
fired him. She fired him. She sacked him from the work.
Why? What happened? Did they fight? The love
Oh,
was not shocking again.
she had hired a new person. Apparently, she had hired a Ghanaian lady to work there, and he has started messing around with her.
Ah, he wanted to date the Ghanaian lady. Ah, how can a holy brother be cheating so much to your
Oh,
long?
oh, this Caribbean woman, when you hear her talking about my husband, you think that's her own husband. Oh my God! If you hear the way he speaks, oh my God! If you hear the way he prays, oh my God, he knows how to pray. I'm like, in my head, I'm looking at her. I'm like, is it the same guy we are talking about? How you talk about this man? Just it's your
He was praying in her house when he stopped praying with you. Wow.
Auntie B. She told me she fired him.
Hmm.
So you know when she told me, you know what I said to her? You remember I told you Grace have arrived. I said to her, I said, listen, when you and him were doing your stuff, you didn't report yourself to me. Why are you
Hmm.
telling me about he and another woman? I don't care. I have two
Hmm.
kids. I'm trying to get my career going. Hey, I don't care. Do what you want to
Hmm.
do. Leave me out of it.
Guys, please give us a thumbs up. This story can, we are bringing out all the red flags. It can help another person. And that's, it's the learning. That's why we share these stories. And Grace has been gracious enough to share with us. If you have not liked it and you are enjoying it, shame you. And shame you are offending me. If you've not given this video a thumbs up, please do it now. I'm begging you. Give us a thumbs up so that somebody else can learn. Because we learn by other people's stories. Because it seems funny now, but that back in the day, Grace can laugh. We all are laughing now, but it wasn't funny. Waking up one day and seeing that your husband has gone back after you brought him to the abroad, he's made a little money now. Messing around with people in his place. There are so many lessons in it. If you
Oh
don't
yeah,
like it, that means you don't like us. Please like the story. So he got fired without telling you and
you
bought a
got
ticket,
fired.
went
So
to
so
Ghana. What did you do when you found
oh,
out that he's gone to Ghana?
Auntie B, can you imagine living in this place with two kids under 10 years old,
Hmm.
and then you work night shift? So how am I going to go to work?
Hmm.
My mom is not here, my dad is not here.
Hmm.
How am I going to manage? Auntie B, I call my mom. Remember, my mom only comes to visit me. My mom is in Liberia. I call her. I'm crying. I'm,
Hmm.
I'm calling my brother. I'm crying. I'm talking. I'm talking. My mom is very upset.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is as for my dad doesn't want to know because let me say this: when I wanted to marry this man, my dad said we don't mix with Costa people. I think he was being biased.
What does that mean?
Sorry to say, Auntie B, but I will tell you the truth. When our people say we don't mix with Costa people, it's like we don't marry Ghanaians, we don't marry Sierra
West
Leoneans, we don't marry.
West
We don't
African
marry.
people. West
Yes, we
African.
don't. Yeah, we don't do that because they are crooks. That's what my father said.
Right. Okay. Mm.
So then I'm telling my mom. My mom is upset.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Auntie B, I don't come from a rich family, but I come from a family who I come from a home who both my parents work. My father was an accountant. My mother was a police officer. My mother had her own property. My dad had his own property. So we were not hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Had it not been a civil war, I went to a private school all my life.
Hmm.
So um, I'm not coming from just. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor either.
Yeah. 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 You're
Okay.
middle class. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Auntie B, I'm telling my mom. My mom is very upset. And my mom can't wait to come to the States, right? To meet this man.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only thing my mom said to me was, uh, the same way you got into that is the same way you will get yourself out.
Hmm.
That's all she said. She didn't say much. Meanwhile, Auntie B, I have a sister. I have my sister, my older sister, my mom's second child is here in the States. My sister
Mm-hmm.
lives 30 minutes away from me. My sister is upset.
Hmm. So
So
what happened? Let's fast forward because you've almost
yeah,
gone to our. Remember, your kids are going to be
yeah,
home
yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Fast
So
forward the story. What happened when
yeah.
he was in Ghana? How long did
So
he stay? Did he come
he
back?
stay, he
Did he
he
come back?
stays for a month. He stays for a month in Ghana, then he comes back to the States. At this point, I don't want him to come. I've changed all the locks on the door.
Good
But
girl.
because of the children,
Mm-hmm.
so he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go, he comes back and he texted me, and and he's apologizing. Remember I sent you the letter?
Yes, he did. And this man can write. I read all the
Oh,
letters. Mm-hmm.
he has two big master's degrees.
Yeah, very, very big and good for nothing master's
Oh,
degree.
he has two masters.
Master
Oh,
degrees in chasing women and sleeping with his bosses.
Auntie B, he comes back. He comes, I pick him up, no problem. But then
You
when we
picked
got
him up.
home, I picked him up, no
Ah,
problem. He
Grace, I
comes,
thought you said you were wising up. I didn't say that.
Auntie B, I was trying. I'm rising up. Wait, I will tell you. He comes home. He comes home, but I tell him this. I said, this will be your first and this will be your last time. The next time you do this, you will regret it. You will regret you ever met me.
Hmm.
Then I left it. He came. Auntie B, before we realized this man, I don't know, I don't think he was even here for a good while. He called the police on me. Oh.
Ah, ah. Why?
He called the police on me because I found in his briefcase, I found a small tape recorder. He had been recording me.
Were you
Like when
having
he
arguments when he came
no
back?
like anytime, like if he does something, like if I accuse him of this Jamaican woman, right? Before,
Mm-hmm.
when I accuse him, he records it.
Right.
So he called and then I saw that small recorder, and I confronted him about it. I'm like, what is this? What have you been doing all this time? When I'm talking to him, he's walking away from me. So I held him by the collar to pull
Right.
him back because he's walking away. Auntie
Right.
B, oh, why did I do that?
Mm-hmm.
This man picked the phone, he called 911.
Yeah. So, as a point of learning, let me just
Mm,
interject. Don't put your hands
yeah,
on another person. I know
I,
you
I
know
was
better,
wrong. I
and you
was
took
wrong.
accountability for that. Don't. If he's walking away, allow him to walk. Don't
I
do that
was
because
wrong.
that
I
is
was
wrong.
wrong.
It's provocation, and I'm glad
I
that you
was
know that.
wrong. I
Women,
was
don't do
wrong.
that. Don't do that.
I was wrong. I was wrong,
Mhm.
Auntie B.
You
He
shouldn't have
called
allowed him back. I don't know why. You say it's because of the children, but that's not a
because
good
of
enough reason.
Auntie B. I did that because of the children. And remember, I don't have any help, any care, anybody to care for my kids. I have to go to work. I don't want to put my children with strangers.
Mm. But you were able to
Auntie,
cope for the 1 month or how many months he was away in Ghana.
yeah, 1 month, yeah, because a friend helped me out. Her mom came to stay with me.
Right. Okay.
Auntie B, he called the police on me. The police come to my house. He
Hmm.
tells the police I'm violent.
Ha! And you are a registered nurse. My goodness.
Hey, Auntie B.
You need to have a clean record. Now he's trying to take your
Auntie
registration
B,
away.
Auntie B, the person I brought, the person I helped, Auntie B, the person I brought here to help, the person want to destroy me, Auntie B. Ow, Auntie B, Auntie B,
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, my darling.
Auntie B, Auntie B, the police came.
Hmm.
He explained to the police. I look at the police. And the police asked me, what happened? And then I explained it to him. I said, look, he's recording me. And the police told him, You don't
Without your
record,
consent.
you don't record somebody without their knowledge.
Yes. It's against the law.
Auntie B, the police was so upset. Then when I saw the police was so upset, Auntie B, I said, oh, to myself, I said, hey, this is my opportunity. I said to the police, I pay the mortgage here. The police said, what? Obroni,
Hmm.
white man,
Hmm.
Oyibo. The man look
Hmm.
at him. I said, I pay the mortgage here by myself. So the police look at me. He said, so what do you want us to do with him? I said, kick him out.
Hmm.
The police said, I give you 5 minutes to collect your things and get out.
Oh my God! When the Lord turned the captivity of the children of Israel, they were like those. Eh? He called police on you. The police are the ones kicking him out now.
The police walk him out.
Ah, what a change of what a sweet. How did he, from calling police on you, and the same policeman is the one that is now telling him, "Get your shit and get out." Oh my
Yes,
God!
Auntie B.
I like American police. I too like American police,
And
honestly.
the state I live in, they don't play with their women and their children.
Except when they start, treating our brothers anyhow. I don't like that
Yeah.
because they discriminate against black men. I don't like that because I
Oh,
have black sons. But when it comes to protecting, safeguarding women, yeah, they do
oh,
try.
oh, Auntie B. So they kicked this man out. Then he realized he had nowhere to go. He went. He slept in his car that night. Whatever, whatever. He came back. Okay. So he came back. I'm still working. This. Fast forward. Let me tell you because I'm coming to end it now.
He came back after I slept in his car. You let him
Yeah,
back.
he came back. He was begging and stuff like that. Okay, he came back. Now, Auntie B, at the same time, let me tell you, this person is not giving anything. Oh, he's not contributing. Oh,
Does he still have a job? You remember he went to Africa after he got fired. So
he
does he
got
have a
fired.
job?
He came back 5 months. He was here. He was not working. I was working two jobs to support the family. And he finally got another job.
So you were feeding
Oh,
him for 5 months.
yeah, no problem, Auntie B. And then guess what happened? Fast
Mm-hmm.
forward, my mom came to visit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm ending. My mom came to visit. Remember, I told you my mom was upset when I had called her in
Mm-hmm.
2013. So
Mm-hmm.
2015, no, 2014, my mom came to visit.
Mm-hmm.
My mom came to visit, and then my mom said to him, listen, if you don't want my daughter anymore, you
Hmm.
guys should end this thing quietly.
Hmm.
She said, don't put her through all this thing.
Hmm.
My mom said, you see this, my daughter, she would take her clothes off her back and give it to you.
Hmm. So,
But I should tell you, this is my child. You
hmm.
don't want to see the other side of her. The other side of her is darkness.
Hmm.
Don't play with her like that. You guys should end this thing. So my mom left that, right? My mom goes home. The next year, 2015, my mom got sick. My mom got really, really sick. Actually, my mom passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry, my darling. Oh.
Auntie B, my mom was sick. Auntie B, my mom was sick.
Hmm.
And then I wanted to bring my mom back to go to the hospital. But my mom was too sick to get on a plane.
Oh.
So I wanted to go home because my mom called me. She said, Grace, I need you come home.
Oh.
Auntie B. I said to my ex-husband, I said, oh, I need to go to my mom.
Hmm.
Because I'm the last child, Auntie B. I said, I need to go to my mom. And then
Oh.
this man said to me, oh, if you go me, I can't promise you I will take care of the children. I'll have to go to work. I will leave them here.
His
Auntie
own
B,
children.
Auntie B, I called my mom. I told my mom. My mom said, don't leave those children. Because when you come here, you leave your children, you will lose them when you go back home. Oh, Auntie
Oh my
B.
God.
Auntie B, my mom passed. I go, oh, Auntie B.
I'm
I
so
go
sorry.
home. I go home. I bury my mom. I come back to the States. Then my
Hmm.
ex-husband tells me, he says, I will be leaving in 2 weeks.
Hmm. Now I'm teary too, Grace. This is because I love my mom so much, and when you have the opportunity whereby your mom is ill and it's something that is terminal like that, going to say goodbye is everything. I was here too when my mom passed away. I didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye, and it's something that haunts me till date because I was here. My children were very young. You know, I thought she was going to be all right. So when your mom say, "Come and see me," you know how they say in Africa that sometimes they know when it's time. And you can't go because you are married to this Mongo pack who doesn't understand what family is, that these children belong to him. Is his
Auntie
name.
B, Auntie B, Auntie B.
Hmm.
I lost my mom. I lost my beautiful, beautiful mom. I lost my mom. Auntie B. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Auntie B. Instead of this man being there to help me, I go home, I bury my mom, I come back. He says he's leaving in 2 weeks. I said, where are you going? We have kids. Auntie B, that's when his auntie, remember his auntie living
Mm-hmm.
in another state? That
Mm-hmm.
when that's when she calls me to harass me. She want Grace. I want to know what are you paying for in that house because my nephew never seems to have money to send home. Oh, Auntie B,
Hmm.
what did I do wrong? Auntie B, anyway, I'm sorry. Obodo fan, forgive me. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. You don't need to. You don't need to. You are recalling, I know we're laughing at the beginning, but this is you recalling some very hurtful things that happened to you. You put up with a lot. You are a very strong woman. You are a very patient woman. The level of patience you have, Grace, I don't have it. I know a lot of people here say, "Oh, Auntie B, you are very patient," but when it comes to things like that, I don't think I will have managed as much as you managed. You even went, he left you, went to Ghana, you went to pick him. Pick who?
Hmm.
You still let him back. Police kick him out. You still let him
Hmm.
back. And this
Okay.
is you. This is the usual woman thinking he will change, he will be better. My kids, I want to maintain my family, but Mongo Parks never change. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
They don't
Auntie
change.
B, thank you. But Auntie B, Grace woke up. I come back and he said to me, "I'm leaving in 2 weeks." The
Hmm.
auntie is harassing me, and then he said, "I will come back after a month."
Where is
But
he going this time around? Back to
wh-
Ghana?
no, no, no. He's moving out. He's going to get an apartment because all this time he has a plan. I don't know the plan, but wait. So I didn't say anything. Oh, he
Hmm.
said I will come back in 1 month. But before I come back, this is the change I want you to do. I said, what is it? He said, I want you to put me on your checking account.
What?
Then I said to him, I said, on my checking account. He said, yes. I said, you mean where I pay my mortgage from? He said, yes. I said, where I feed my children from? He said, yes. I said, okay. But that, okay, I said, he didn't know that. That
You
means,
are being sarcastic. Yeah.
that means, Auntie B, I think I was being patient. I was being respectful. I was trying to be good because my mom, I didn't want to disappoint her.
Hmm.
But I don't remember, I don't have my mom anymore.
She's
I
gone
don't
now.
So
Hmm.
excuse my French. At this point, I don't give a heck.
Hmm.
He walked out of the door, Auntie B. That was on a Friday. My
Hmm.
ex-husband opened the door. He walked out with his things. He
Hmm.
parked his car. He walked out. When he walked out that Friday, I called one of my aunts in another state and I told my aunt he's gone. And my aunt said, "Oh, just give yourself time." And then I said to her, "You forgot to ask your sister who I really was or who I am." I said, "You forgot to ask your sister that." I said, now that my mom is not here, I don't
Hmm.
care. He
Hmm.
walked out on a Friday. Monday morning, I was in a court at 5 for divorce.
Ooh. You
Grace
weren't
is,
playing anymore.
Grace is alive now.
Hmm.
I filed for divorce.
Hmm.
What in a space of 1 week? At this point, I didn't care. My kids were here, Auntie B. I filed for divorce. When he got the paperwork, okay. Before he even got the paperwork, he left on Friday. Saturday, he came and rang the bell. When I opened the door and saw him, he walked past me to the kitchen to go serve himself my food I cook.
Chineke. Chai.
No, no problem. He didn't know that I had filed for divorce.
Mhm.
And on Sunday, he came back to come and serve himself dinner. But this time, I told him, if you touch that plate, I will use the frying pan to hit your head. So don't touch it.
Grace, you are not gracing anymore. You are
No,
tired
no,
now.
no,
You are
no,
hot. Now you
no.
want to deal with him. Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I was ready for him. Before he realized, he got the divorce paper.
Hmm.
Then the auntie called me. Oh, Grace. Oh, go and remove. Go and remove go and cancel that divorce. Go and
Did
cancel
you
it. I
ever
said,
meet this auntie? This auntie, did you meet her?
oh, I've met her before. I've met
Hmm.
her before. We went to visit her, and the time we went to visit, I should sell my house and so that we move in with her.
Ah.
And then when they told me, that time my mom came to visit, I was telling my mom, I said, oh, they told me to sell the house and go and move in with the auntie. We should move with the
In another
children
state.
in
Hmm.
another state. What my
Uproot yourself, leave your job, carry your children to go and live
uh,
with a witch auntie.
yeah, you know what my mom said?
Hmm.
My mom spoke our language to me, and I translate as this. She said, I know I didn't deliver a fool
Hmm.
that you will go and sell your house, the one that you are paying for. She said,
So,
I know my daughter is not a fool.
so when he came back and he was trying to eat again, and you told him put it down before you get your face in the
Yeah,
mud.
yeah.
Then he got the divorce paper and the auntie called you. What happened
Yeah,
thereafter?
the auntie called me, go and take it, go and withdraw the divorce. And then I said
Hmm.
to her, I said,
She was
I won't do.
ordering you. She didn't even ask you why are you
No,
divorcing your
no,
husband.
no. I told her, I said, no, now is the opportunity for you to go and find a Ghanaian wife for him.
Hmm.
I was ready. So
Hmm.
the divorce paper happened. We went to court. We went
Hmm.
to court. He did not bring a lawyer. Me, I hire a lawyer.
Hmm.
We go to court. My lawyer saw him. My lawyer said, my client wants the house because we know you haven't paid anything on it before. She can prove it. She has all her receipts.
Hmm.
Oh, he was embarrassed. He looked. Then he said, "Sure, she can have it." She gave him the paper. Quick, quick, sign it. He signed it.
Good.
Then my
That's the
lawyer
most. That's the first honorable thing is done in that marriage.
Oh yeah. Then my lawyer said to him, my lawyer said, here you have 401k. I don't know if you guys have it in Britain,
Yeah.
in the UK. She goes, because by this time I have accumulated a lot in the 401k.
Yeah.
So my lawyer goes, and my client wants her 401k because we know you withdrew all your money from your 401k. He said she can have it. She said, yeah, sign here. He signed it. And then
Wow.
when he finished signing it, then my lawyer looked at him, and then my lawyer said, and my client is going for child support.
Of course. Of course. Mm-hmm.
Auntie B,
Mm-hmm.
he said, oh, what? What? Then she said, yeah. Then he said, oh, can I ask how much that is? My lawyer said to him, I don't make the rules. When we go to
Mm-hmm.
the judge will make the rules.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the judge. The judge is even surprised. The judge is like, did you know what you signed? He said yes. And then he said, but Your Honor, the only thing I'm asking, can you reduce the child support? Then the judge looked at him, the judge said, I don't make the rules. It's the state that makes the rule.
Okponu. Oh my God, this is what the Yoruba people call Okponu.
Auntie B, we leave from the court. He comes, we leave, we come, I come home, I see he parked in front of my house. He coming knocking at my door. I open the door halfway and I said, what do you want? Oh, go and remove it. Go and remove it. And then I go and withdraw the divorce. And then I said to him, I said, yeah, I will withdraw it. Don't worry about it. Auntie B, it took 90 days and that divorce was over. It was done.
Hmm.
Auntie B, it was done, done, done. You know, fast forward, this man, whilst he was doing all this thing, when I left him in Ghana, he had another woman in Ghana that they've been in a relationship for as long as he and myself were married.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh yes, I divorced him, Auntie B.
He was
I
juggling so many women both in America and he was still running things. So Uni was saying, I think it was Uni that was saying, "Pe," the other day we were talking about money and people were saying, some Nigerian men they provide, but they cheat. You can be broke and you still cheat.
and you still cheat. And
Yes.
you still cheat because you know what I realized? Women are desperate.
Hmm.
Women are desperate. Some people feel they need to be married. Auntie B, me, myself, Grace standing here, to tell you the truth, I would love to be married, but guess what? My life does not depend on being married. I handle my own business myself.
Hold on, Grace. Did you say that he withdrew money from his 401k?
He withdrew everything. By the time we got to court, it was empty.
I'm still
Mm,
thinking, he wasn't bringing his salary home. Now he's
mm-mm.
withdrew everything he's paid, towards his pension. So, did you ever
He
find
withdrew
out
it.
what he did with that money?
I don't want to know. I will not even ask. And not only that, we go to court, and I also found out that this man have racked up $75,000 in student loan.
Jesus Christ. Did he go to school?
He has two big master's degrees. I told you.
Was he in America? He got a master's degree.
Yes,
So he has debts, like
yes,
proper debts that he needs to pay.
yes, yes. Now
Okay.
he went to Ghana and then he brought his the other woman he had. He went and he married her and he brought her.
Oh, he brought the woman finally to America. Ah.
Mm-hmm. So the
Mm-hmm.
woman is here. But guess what? This woman, I don't know, but I think this woman have children by somebody else. I don't know if that's somebody else's children or his children.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
So he
Somebody said the
brings,
Ghana woman was getting all the money. He
oh,
was being big man. Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then guess what? He brings this woman. And then the first he brings this woman and bring this woman to my children's school because they were having some program
After your divorce.
after we had divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and that is fine. I don't care. And then he sees me at the program. I didn't say anything to him. Now I'm losing weight and I'm looking good again.
You looking sexy, sis. I seen
I'm not
you.
I'm
You
not
look
I'm not
sexy.
stressing now. Yes.
Mhm.
And then he sees me at the program. He goes home. He writes me an email. He tells me, "Oh, when you saw my wife at the program, your face appears to be jealous." And oh, Auntie B, and I wrote him back. I didn't write him the same day because I wanted to take my time. I wrote
Mm-hmm.
him the next day and I said to him, I'm happy for you now that you have found happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I have a thank you card for her for taking your sorry ASS off my hand.
I hope she's gonna work and fund his lifestyle now that she's here in the US.
Oh,
She's gonna get a job and work
oh,
to fund him.
and then Auntie B, when this person was in my home, that's why I wanted to come to the program. When this person was in my home, sometimes we marry people or we are in a relationship with people and we are married to the demon and we don't know it. We
Hmm.
marry these people and these people bring a lot of bad luck.
Hmm.
This man was in this home. I lost my older brother. I
Hmm.
lost my mom. I lost my nephew. My house was losing money.
Hmm.
Auntie B, the house was losing money. I divorced this man. After a year, the house appreciated $100,000.
Hmm.
After 3 years, $300,000. So I'm sitting pretty on a pretty piece.
Good go, girl. You go.
Auntie
Hmm.
B, not only that, this man left. You know, sometimes we get afraid. We get afraid because we don't know what our next step would be. But don't
Absolutely.
worry about it because God got you. If you know God for yourself, He
Hmm.
got you. He will never leave you, nor will He forsake you.
Amen. Hmm.
Auntie B, this man left.
Hmm.
I'm working night shift. I didn't know who is going to come and take care of my kids for me, how I'm going to juggle taking the kids to school and being at night in night shift. And guess what? I walked to my neighbor with tears in my eyes and I said to her, Mrs. This, I need help. This woman is a white Oyibo woman.
Hmm.
She said, what do you need help with? I said, I don't know how I'm going to get my children to school and then go to work at the same time. My husband is gone.
Hmm.
You know what? You know what this woman said?
Hmm.
Oh, don't worry about it. I said, I will pay you. She said, you don't have to pay me.
Wow.
This Oyibo woman took my children to school for 4 years.
Wow. Free of charge.
Free. Auntie B,
Hey.
I used to be so embarrassed that on Fridays I used to make dinner for she and her family.
Wow. Just look at grace finally locating you, favor locating you at last. Wow. 4 whole years, Oyibo neighbor, taking
Oyibo,
your children to school.
Oyibo,
Some Oyibo neighbor will not even, if you greet them, they will not answer.
Auntie B, this woman and her husband, not only did they take my kids to school, like if they have programs and I cannot be in two places at the same time, or they would take one of them to the other program.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. God sent you help. Now,
Auntie
let's
B,
fast forward. Because I saw the email where the Ghanaian brother was begging to come back. Let's
yes.
put our family together. It's the
Mm-hmm.
devil that wants
Mm.
our family. I read that email, I was shaking my head.
Yeah.
I was asking when you forwarded me the email, this is the email you
Mm.
sent. What happened to the Ghanaian wife he married from Ghana and brought to the US? Are they not together or he wants you to be his second wife again now? I don't understand.
No,
Explain,
no, no.
please.
That email was when he left the first
Mhm.
time. When
Oh,
he
before
left
he
in
married the
2013.
Ghanaian wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, I
Yeah,
see.
Auntie B. And then
Mhm.
so when this woman came, he started telling me, "Oh, you are busy going to work, so sign the children over to me." I think when he realized that he can get child support, he said, "Sign the children over to me." I laughed. I said, "I would be a fool to sign my precious babies over to you. You
Did
are
he
in
pay
the
the
house."
child support?
Auntie B, I don't take check. It comes directly from his paycheck to my bank account. I
He
don't
said,
take
don't take,
checks.
he said, I don't take checks.
No, no.
Grace, I didn't know you had it in you.
Oh no. It's between he and the state. It's not between he and myself. I have nothing. When we went to the court, he said, "Oh, he will be signing checks to me." I told the court, "No, absolutely not. It should come
Mhm.
from. I don't want to deal with him. It should come from his paycheck to my account." And they made that arrangement. Hello, this is America.
Hmm. Wow. Wow.
Auntie B, one
Hmm.
time I was laying down, I was in my house here when one of my sons said to me, he came to wake me up. I was sleeping. He said, because I worked the night shift. I was sleeping and he said, "Mom, you won't believe what this man did." I said, "What?" "He brought his wife there in your driveway." I said, "Don't worry about it. Close the door. Don't worry about it." He brought the wife and they were sitting, he parked in my driveway and he was explaining, showing his hand up and down. I think he was telling her,
This is
uh,
my
uh,
house. She took my
yeah,
house.
yeah. You know what he tells people? He tells them that because of the children, he waived his house to me.
Hmm. That's very, very, of course, he will have to protect his ego.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then
Hmm.
the auntie said to me, even if he didn't pay anything, that's marital property. And then I said, it's true, it's marital property. Let him prove that it's marital property. I will give it to him.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So finally, my darling, thank you very
Yeah.
much. You've done very well.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, please give us a thumbs up. Gracie's story has made us laugh, it's made us cry. I mean, I got very emotional when you started talking about your mom. Well done. You are such a very brave woman. You know what they say that some of us here that are like, we are very hot, 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 hot. We react, but some of you that don't react on time, you take your time or your sweet time. But when you want to react, there is no Judas that can stand on your way.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, yeah, you did take your time, but finally you got rid of him because it was just,
Yeah.
yeah, it was excess luggage. I don't think he wanted to be in that marriage. He never loved you. He just wanted to come to America. Go and
Yeah.
come to America. He's in America now. Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm
Mhm.
happy for him, Auntie B. I'm happy for him.
Mm.
My thing is, if I cannot make you happy, find somebody who can make you happy. Because what he did to me, I forgave him. He taught me a lesson.
Hmm.
He taught me a lesson. Now, if I find somebody else, I
Hmm.
mean, I'm going to make sure I look for those red flags.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and Auntie B, even if I don't find anyone, I have already prayed to God and I've already thanked Him for bringing me thus far because a lot of women don't survive this kind of relationship. People,
Absolutely.
yeah, people fight in their relationship. I don't want to be no,
Absolutely. Love yourself. Love yourself. And,
no.
date yourself and thank God that you
Yes, Auntie B.
came out strong. Yeah. Hmm.
My aunt. I was telling you, my aunt in the other state. My aunt. One time she called me and she was trying to curse him. Like curse him, put a curse on him or whatever. She was
Just trying to put some juju on him.
yeah. My aunt was in Liberia. We say my aunt was swearing him, right? She was
Right.
cursing him. And then I said to her, I said, no, no, auntie, stop. She said, why? I said, don't do that. That makes me upset. She said,
Mhm.
why? This man treated you badly. I said, I don't want you to curse him. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. Because
Hmm.
you know why? She said, why? I said, pray for him to get a better job so that my child support will be bigger.
Grace, oh my God, you got a sense of humor, I tell you. He said, don't curse him. Pray for him to increase so that my child support will be bigger. Oh, darling. Oh, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Why did you want to share this story in summary? And do you have any relationship? Does he see the children at the moment? I know this was a while ago. Your children are much grown now and all that. So in summary, why did you want to share it? And, what's the situation? Do you hear anything or the children have a relationship with him?
Well, according to the divorce decree, he's supposed to pick the kids up every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to do that because he feels this is in his own words. He said, do you think I'm going to babysit so that you can go and make money?
Mm-hmm.
So he
So
he has
when you look
chosen.
after your children, that's not babysitting. I don't know. Why is it so difficult for some people to understand that you don't babysit your own children? They are your children. They answer your name. You are not babysitting. Babysitting is looking after another person's child. Your own children is called childcare. You are caring for your children. It's not babysitting. Oh my God.
Oh,
Hmm.
Auntie B, he have chosen to see his kids once every 2 weeks for 1 hour.
Okay. Mhm.
And that Auntie B, listen, I am responsible for what I do. I'm not responsible for what he does.
Of course. Of course. Hmm.
And number two, by the grace of God, Auntie B, I have two sons. Do you know how difficult it is for you to bring up boys in this country?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ask Brother Bio, ask other Obodo farm who live here. It's
Mm-hmm.
difficult.
It is. It is.
But by the grace of God, Auntie B, my kids have done well. I have a
Amen.
19-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Amen. Amen. Thank
Auntie
God.
B, my
Mm.
19-year-old, listen
Mhm.
to this. My 19-year-old is in an Ivy League school.
Amen. Hallelujah. Oh my God. See testimony. Now my mind is fitting me. Oh my
Auntie
God.
B, Auntie B, even myself, when I saw this thing and I heard this thing, I couldn't.
Hmm.
Auntie B, if I
All
give
those
you,
years, all those ninth job,
oh,
everything. Oh my God. Just
Auntie
look
B,
at it. Congratulations. God is good.
all the
Hmm.
time. Auntie
Hmm.
B, if I give you my kids' name, both boys, if you Google their names, you will see their academic achievements.
Amen. Hmm.
If his grace upon me, why should I worry about somebody else?
Amen. I love that. Hmm.
You
Wow.
know, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Ow.
Amen. Amen. Well done. Well done. So somebody said something. Holy Mary said, tomorrow, if the kids don't care about him, people will start
Mm.
saying, it's very, I don't know about Liberia or Ghana. In
Oh
Nigeria,
yeah,
they
there
will
was
say, oh, it's their mom that taught
yeah,
them.
yeah.
No,
They would
this
say
guy,
it's me.
you don't even need to teach kids anything they can see.
Yeah,
They know. They know the parent that was there. They know the parent that provided. They know the parent that
yeah,
was put by them. They know the parent who did school run. They know the parent. They know.
yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, yeah, is when you used to just do nonsense. And then when the children are being celebrated, you come. I know somebody, one of my friends here, the son was graduating. He said to the mom, I don't want to see my dad there.
Oh,
His
oh.
biological dad. He said, I don't want to see him there because he didn't know how I went to this university. He never
Mm,
visited once. He doesn't know how I feed. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. But you see, the stepdad, who is the mom's, new
husband. Yeah.
husband, was there every day. Showed
Mm,
up, showed up all the time. So when my friend was telling me that, can you see this boy? He said he doesn't want his father. I said, what do you expect?
mm,
Does he know him as a father? Who does he know as his father? I say, he's my husband. I say, who was there the day he was going to uni? Who took him to uni? He's my husband. Who has been visiting for the 3 years he got his degree? He's my husband. So
mm-hmm.
what are you talking about? You don't need to teach children anymore. They know. That's it. Just know
Auntie B.
that. Oh. Keep that at the bottom of your mind.
Mm,
Thank you,
eh?
my darling.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what you asked me if there is a relationship. There isn't a relationship right
Mm.
now. Right now, I mean, I'm open to one, but I'm not actively looking.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about relationship between the kids or you and the kids and him.
Oh yeah,
Your mm,
yeah. And then another thing is, I would like to say is, sometimes we compromise too
mm-hmm,
much.
mm-hmm,
I'm guilty of that.
right.
But even though we are compromising, don't forget to develop yourself.
Amen.
Because remember, if I didn't try to get my license to be able to practice here, and I didn't push myself to go to school and stuff, I would be dependent on him.
Yeah.
And when he leaves, and after putting all this work in, when he leaves, I'll be left with nothing.
Mm,
But even though I was, giving, trying to be loving and all this thing, I was still trying to take care of myself, trying to get my license and stuff because, it's always good if you make your own money. You make your
yeah.
own money, you can do whatever you want to do with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, my darling Grace. I really appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your story. I'm so glad that you are in a good place. You've healed. You've done the work. Your children are doing amazingly well. You are here. I mean, thank God for your life.
Yeah,
Sometimes
thank you.
it feels like God. Sometimes you go through really traumatic and difficult period, and it seems like God, why have you forsaken me? Are you there? Do you know I've been good? I've done everything right. Why are you letting me go through this pain? But you know what? Joy comes in the morning.
It does.
Joy comes in the morning. So I want to congratulate you. Thank God for your life, and I'm so happy that where you are. And I pray that God will continue to exalt you. Your children will graduate in flying colors. They will bring you honor. They will bring you, they will bring you great blessings, and you will continue to grow in wisdom. And when the time is right, you will find the one that God has assigned. If this is your desire, to love you genuinely, not because of American, going to America and things like that. When we hear the stories about women who they take to Jackpa and they leave their husband, we don't know. A lot of people are so ignorant on social media. They never hear the stories of women who've
Mm,
also brought husbands abroad and the things that have happened. But, I thank God for your life. And thank you for sharing with us. I appreciate you, my darling.
thank you.
God bless you.
You too. Stay blessed. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Bye, darling. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank
Okay,
you.
so you
Bye.
can come back. I know you gotta go. If you gotta go, that's fine. You can come back because I'm sharing my link for people to just say one or two things to bless you, but you can watch it later if you have to go. Thank you. I know Bumi is already in the studio. Hello, Bumi. Welcome, darling. Guys, if
Hi,
you need to
Auntie
say something,
B.
jump in if you need to say something.
Okay,
I'm sharing my link. Please jump in, jump in, jump in. Just say something to Grace. Bumi, go on. I'm taking a comfort break, so just
okay, no problem.
hear me
Hi,
back.
Wodofa. Hi, Queen B. How you doing? Hi, Auntie Grace. Auntie Gracious Grace. When you were narrating your experience, there are a lot of, for me, it was a lot of downs. I don't even know how you did it, but we that it's a learning platform, right? So I'm really happy that you came to share to everyone that would see this in playback or that is on live right now. But I want to say that I learned to be resilient from you. I am practicing it, but from just your story, it just shows a lot because there are a lot of things that you took that I don't think I would have taken. Not that I don't think, I know I won't have taken for sure. But in the long run, it helped, it forged character. And I'm not saying that we should take it, but it's just that, we want to take out the good and remove just take out the lessons from the whole event. So it probably has forged you to have good like character, resilience, and the testimony about your two sons. I know what it's not even easy because I know what it is like to just with my toddler son here, so I can only imagine with big boys. So I'm just really happy for you. I'm happy that you came out of it. You have testimony, you have your life, you have your health, you have your mental health, especially. I'm so happy. And this is one of the testimonies that I'm glad that you came to share with us, even though it was a very rough road. I can't imagine how you did it, but you did it. So well done. Thank you for sharing. And I also want to say something to women and men that are on the show. Please, if you see something that doesn't speak to you, don't. I'm going to speak from my experience. For example, when I decided to marry my husband, my mother did not agree. My mother did not like it, but I knew that this is what I wanted. So I can only imagine if I'd gone with my mother's choice. I'm probably sure that I would have been divorced by now. I'm 101% sure. So just that type of example, if you know and you've taken it to God in prayer, because at the end of the day, it's you're the one that's going to go through it. Please just look at it from that sense too. As women and men, that you are in the relationship, this is what you want, this is what you see that looks good, and you've consulted God. It will work out in Jesus' name. So, Auntie Grace, thank you for sharing. Auntie B, well done. And that's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Bumi. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Okay,
Bye.
Bumi. Thank you. Okay, bye. Right. Okay. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And Dr. Abby is sending you a virtual hug. Thank you very much, everybody. Somebody, Fat Stolly said, this was an emotional roller coaster. Glad it ended well. Yeah, we are so glad that it ended well. You know what? I don't know. We say karma, karma, karma all the time, right? And some people think it's just, people are just talking when you say karma. But karma has a way of catching you. I always say, treat people the way you want them to treat you. Whatever you put out in the universe will come back to you. It will. It's a law of nature. You cannot escape it. So, I mean, we hear stories all the time about jackpot, marriages, and everything. Women, what are we learning? Men, what are we learning? We're learning that sometimes people who claim to love you, it might not be you that they love. It is what you represent. So, in the case of Grace, definitely this uncle, he never loved her. He never showed that he loved her because she did all the work. She was the one that was working. She was the one that was going to America. She was the one that was providing. He never provided. So if you think providing is a when Risa was telling her story the other day, she said that she's never experienced a man that provides. A lot of people thought it was just, oh, it's because of the money. Yeah, being taken care of is like a warm blanket that a lot of women have never experienced. It's just something that is different. It's good. It makes you feel valuable. But she never even had it. This uncle just came to America. Good luck with him and all his student loan debt. He will also find out that in America you cannot jet busy and run away. What can we learn? Women, everybody, men, please don't ignore the red flags. They are always there. And sometimes our parents want the best for us. They want us to be married. But trust your instinct. Intuition's always right. And your parents don't always see the bigger picture. Okay? They don't always know better. Yeah. It's not always what they tell you because, Grace says something. She said, all through when her mom was alive, did you realize that she didn't take that step to leave the marriage or to kick him out even after everything he did? Because her mom was alive. The need to please your parents, another thing. You don't want to feel like a failure. You don't want to disappoint your mother or your father because you want to keep up this charade like your marriage is working and you're happy. But you know what? You grow up to a certain point where you just feel like, you know what? I'm a grown woman, I'm a grown man, and I'm just going to take one day at a time and be happy. Because you know what? Life, how long will they stay for this life? When person go, just do what is good for you. And most importantly, people do not change. Dr. Miran, I sent you a bunch of messages. Did you see that? I'm coming to Texas. I'm coming to Houston, y'all. Those of you that are not in our group, I'm coming to America on the 31st of this month, and I'm coming to Houston, Texas. So if you live in that area, get ready to have me. I'm going to be there live and direct. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Grace, for sharing your story with us. I pray that God will continue to keep you, continue to watch over your children. You grow from strength to strength, and your story is going to continue to end up in praise. Elaine said, I love this story. This lady is a very strong lady. God bless her. She did really good, better than I did back then. Yeah, she's very, very patient. Yeah. Sometimes we don't understand the value of being patient. Some of us who are still constantly working on our patience level, we don't know. Junior, were you born in Texas? Oh, I'm going to Texas. I've never been to Houston. I've never been to Texas. It's my first time, so I'm going to be going with my son to go and visit our Texas Obodo farm. So you guys be ready. Oh. I'm coming. I am coming. Easter Sunday back. I will arrive. It's the food I'm looking forward to. I love America. The food, the shopping, everything. Oh my God. I cannot wait. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight. I appreciate you. Please give us a thumbs up. Remember, when you like this video, you are helping somebody else because we brought out all the lessons so that other people can learn. Brothers, please, it's learning for you too. Oh. This uncle had all the opportunity presented by this very gentle and calm woman to make something of himself in America. But he didn't see it that way. He didn't see it. He was busy looking for Ontio Sonu, looking for what is not lost. Now he's paying child support. He's owing a lot of huge student loan that he needs to pay back. Before you know, he will start having problem with this his current wife. So he married somebody because of America. Somebody married him because of America. Let us see how that is going to work. When by now, building together, they would have gone very far. Because Grace is this woman that, oh, let's do this, let's do this. Brothers, please listen to your wives. Just listen. Listen, if you have a good wife who wants the growth of the family, listen to them. I don't know what you are looking for. Imagine dating somebody at your workplace. What if the woman had even, pressed charges against you and say that, that they will make up stories about you? No wonder she ended up firing him. She sent him away. Now he's starting all over again, even though by now he would have gone far. He set himself back now. He's on the second family, paying child support. By the time he's having children with the new wife now, you just see he's back to square one. Why? All of this is avoidable by the choices that we make. May God continue to help us. May the Holy Spirit continue to help us to make wise decisions. Eshe Goni. Listen to your wives, oh brothers. If you have a good woman, listen to her. Are you in Texas? Nick Deji. Okay, oh, be ready. Oh. I'm coming to visit you. Ẹ kú ìpalẹ̀mọ́ o, àlejò ń bọ̀ o. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. And I shall see you. Today is Tuesday. I'll see you. I'm not sure yet, but let me just, fingers crossed. We'll see when we see. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. God bless you. Bye, guys. Love you.